All right, Orange Guy here. We're going to talk about the negative feedback loop that's probably and likely happening with these devices at the moment. Okay, we're going to talk about the negative feedback loop. Okay, so devices are on your frontal lobe at the moment. Okay, they've been there for a known, I can tell you for sure, at least a year. Okay, we've only had breaks in 5 minutes. We've had 5 minute breaks in a year, but they've been in frontal lobe. Now, probably not everyone is affected by the frontal lobe hitting the head, but the majority are. I believe is what's happening. Okay, the majority are. Now, I saw something similar like to this in the Philippines. Okay, I went to Philippines, and the foot ones were turned on and off. Okay, and maybe in the Philippines, maybe I'd say like 1 out of 5 or something, you could see them kind of shuffling their foot around, right? Shuffling the foot around. So you say, look, that one's also affected by the foot ones. So I can tell you with the frontal lobe ones, especially with some of the behavior that's happening at the moment. Okay, some of the frontal lobes, unfortunately, are more universal. Okay, that's what I think is happening at the moment. So look, you're getting hit in the head. You're getting hit in the head for a year. Okay, year and a half. Because I've had it for a year and a half, as best I can tell, at least a year and a half. Okay, definitely a year, likely a year and a half. Okay, so I'm getting that for a year. It's dampening your processing ability. When you get bopped in the frontal lobe, okay, you can't. It's difficult. You're trying to read something. You're listening to what I'm saying, and you're having difficulty understanding it. If you have difficulty understanding what I'm saying at the moment, that's because you're getting hit in the fucking head. Okay, so look, you're getting in the head. Okay, you're getting in the head, and having a hard time understanding what the fuck is going on. Okay, I think that's what's happening. Okay, I think that's what's happening at the moment. Okay, so the problem is, look, I think we're getting a feedback loop where your processing ability is dampened, okay, by the devices. So you come to the conclusion, giving orders to turn the devices on. That doesn't work. Okay, we're going around in circles. Okay, so look, and here's the other thing. Okay, this happened to me a year and a half ago. Okay, a little less. Okay, a little less. Okay, so it gets smashed in the head. I got smashed in the head. Okay, I got smashed in the head. This is when I first encountered the military crew. Okay, when I first encountered them, get smashed in the head at the same time, and I have Robin over there too. So Robin came to the conclusion that what was happening wasn't true. When I would explain things to her, and I know what I was seeing at the same time. I was, and plus getting smashed in the head, pulled apart. What the fuck is going on? So that happened to me about whatever it is, a year and a quarter ago, whatever. Okay, so it's very difficult. If you have multi directions being pulled, which you do, because one, I'm telling you one thing, and your orders are different. Okay, so you're getting pulled apart. You're like, what the fuck is going on? What is real? Okay, I had this happen. It's difficult. It's fucking difficult. Okay, so look, you have proxy news happening, right? It says, look, we have this like Venezuelan drug boat thing and war with Iran bit. Like, no. Here's the thing. I couldn't tell you for sure if the Venezuelan bit or the Iran bit is true. I can tell you they use as proxy news, though. I can tell you that. Okay, and I can tell you for fucking sure the war has been with me for a long fucking time. Okay, I can tell you that for sure. So I can't tell you if the Iran bit is true. I can't tell you if the like drug boat thing is true. I couldn't tell you. Okay, I see it on the news too. Is it true, man? I don't know, but it's clues. It's clues. It's meant to also be used as clues. What the fuck's happening over here? So I couldn't tell you if those ones are true, but I can tell you this one is true. Okay, so you have proxy news, right? You have conflicting orders, okay, and you have the device on your head. So that's what I'm thinking is how people are getting pulled apart and they go, I can't tell. I can't fucking tell. I don't put the device on. I don't put the device off. What the fuck is happening? For me, okay, well, Humpty Dumpty falls off the wall. How the fuck do you get back together if you fall off the wall? Especially when the devices are still on. And it's difficult. I would say, look, write down what you know. Write down what you know. Okay. Compare your notes to others, and see if you can come up with somewhat of a cohesive story of what might be happening right now. You say, look, this is what Orange Guy telling us, this is what our orders are. What can we conclude from this? And what's a reasonable course of action? Like, look, I don't know if Orange Guy is telling us the truth, but I don't see any benefit turning the devices on, and you come to the same conclusion of turning devices off, well, now you're stepping in the right direction. So I don't care how you come to the conclusion. You could say, look, that guy's a fucking liar. I don't care. Look, look, whatever you need to do to say, look, let me put the story together a little bit. What the fuck is true and what isn't? So I think that's the next step. Okay, the best I can tell is people are getting confused. I think that's what's happening because there's been multiple times we have progress, we have information coming out, things are moving nicely, then backwards. So look, talk about it more. Talk amongst yourselves. What story can you piece together, and what is a plausible explanation, right? And what's a reasonable course of action for that? So work on that, okay? And then always stick to the personal values.